Most of you probably have heard or read some stuff about how the whole Sidewalk Surfer category was created, but for those who haven't, I'll go over it again. I run, so this office where we're at in Cardiff has stairs that go down to the beach. I was running those stairs in the morning in my New Balance shoes, and then later that afternoon I went for a surf. I ran back up the stairs barefoot, and I noticed a completely different range of motion in my feet going barefoot up the stairs. Even if you picture in your own heads, you guys have done it. You run up the stairs barefoot. You're using your toes to propel yourself to the next level. And when you have shoes on, it blocks all that movement out, and it's all leg going boom, boom, boom. When I got to the top of the steps, I just had this revelation that there was something about that movement that we could tap into with flip-flops, because shoes are made different from sandals. Shoes are made on a machine, and there's a board inside which causes them to be stiff. Sandals are made with just spongy material. So I was at the factory a few weeks later, and I took our best-selling sandal at the time, the Lazy Boy, and I just cut slots all the way around the outside, stitched up a deconstructed upper, and stuck it in there and made it exactly like a sandal. And then on the way out, I stopped in Hong Kong for a day and walked around for like 6 hours. And the difference that it made on my back, and how I felt, was amazing. And feeling like all the steps and everything with my feet, I knew at that moment this thing was going to be a huge home run. There was honestly zero doubt in my mind. I would have banked everything on it. So came home and started this whole category, and it was almost a hard sell with some of the people around, because they were wider. They made your feet look funny, but the comfort level, offset that by miles. So, started this category. We did just men's at first, the first season, and with this campaign, "These are not shoes, they're sandals," the thing just went. And now there's all this, and there has been, but there's even more and more material coming out on a daily basis about the benefits of walking natural. Because flip-flop, when you step on a rock, our shoes and our sandals bend around that rock, so it causes your foot to interact with nature in a way that shoes don't allow. And our feet were designed for that kind of movement. And letting your foot do that builds the muscles in your foot. It builds the muscles that support your arch. And having a stronger foot improves your balance. So for surfers, that's key. For rock climbers, it's huge. And so what we're really selling is a health shoe, believe it or not. But we're like the new earth shoe almost, to a culture that understands that less is more. And that's why guys like Rasta, Donovan, all these earthy guys really fit what we're doing with Sanuk. And what's really important for you guys to get across, and we talked about some of the marketing and knockoffs or risks and stuff, is that our shoes, with their construction, are much more comfortable than a lot of these knockoffs that come out, which aren't made like ours, because it costs a lot more money to make them by hand. And so to get the benefits of the walking natural, you really have to have our type of construction. And that's where I've hammered it into all of our guys at home. Get out there and explain this walking natural philosophy to people so they really understand it. And when people make the connection with, they put our shoes on and they walk around and go, "Oh, these are so comfortable," but there's no connection as to why they're comfortable. When they make that connection that they're comfortable because they're letting my foot do what it was designed to do, that's when it all makes sense. And that's when they won't want to wear anything else. So really the goal for you guys when you get out there is to educate the people in the stores and the consumers as to why they want to go buy 3 or 4 pairs of our shoes. Because the first pair is so comfortable because your foot's doing what it's supposed to do. A good analogy I tell people is, your arch. We've all been wearing running shoes and things. Your arch is like a leaf spring in a truck. It's supposed to do this. It's part of the shock absorbing process of your body naturally. And when you have an arch support in there, it's like having a cast on your arm. Those muscles that are supposed to do that are out of play, so your foot gets weak. There's some studies, which I think I sent you. These guys put these runners on a treadmill and had them run in their regular running shoes. And they measured their use of oxygen and the length of their strides. And they found a 4% better use of oxygen barefoot than they were in their running shoes. In addition to that, their stride was about that much longer per step, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you program that out over a marathon, it's a lot faster. And you look at these Kenyans and these guys that are running in these basic flat shoes that are running in a more natural motion, it's because they're much more efficient and their body is using the oxygen at a much better rate. And every day there's a new study, which we can compile and you guys can have to help educate your guys out there. But if there's just one thing I can get across to you, to really moves Sanuk away from all these potential copycats and everything. It's that walking natural thing and how it benefits the body. And that's why the guys want to buy 3 or 4 more pair of our shoes once they've had one. It's because their foot's doing what it was designed to do. Okay?
Cool. Excellent.